What's happening on this stormy evening? It just
Is
started
it
raining.
storm in there?
No, it just
Oh,
started raining just a little bit. How you doing, shouty?
I'm good. How you doing? How your mama doing?
All is well on the home front. Ain't that what the old people say? All is well on the home
How
front.
you doing?
I'm good. So we
Yeah,
back. We had another little break. I was in the A for 10 days.
it was a long time. And everybody was like, "Didn't you move? What you doing here? Why you here?" Every time I turn around, you here.
I know one thing. Y'all will me out. That traffic,
I'm
the
not in it.
storm,
We didn't have much at my house.
the plant that blew up or whatever happened,
The
caught on
chemical
fire.
fire. You know
I'm
that cloud
like,
is still over Conyers. Yeah, my brother-in-law was telling me the other day, like when it gets dark, you can see it. He's like, you can see it still. It sits low,
wow,
and you can still see it. And they have a notification that they're supposed to shelter in place every day from like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
it's gonna be some lawsuits because that it's
Oh,
gonna have some
absolutely,
health issues come out
absolutely,
of that.
absolutely.
That's that's
My
ridiculous.
father-in-law started coughing during it, so yeah, it's about to go down.
So, but
So,
hopefully, gratefully, nobody was hurt in the storm or the chemical
well,
stuff.
people were hurt in the storm. 200 some people died
Oh
across
no,
the
I'm talking
country.
about people that we know.
Oh,
I'm saying I know
I
that. I
mean,
know
we're
people
sad
died
for
and
loss
stuff.
of life,
Bad
people.
for that. Yeah,
We
I
are
just meant I was
actually
referring to
sad that
people I
people
knew.
died.
Yeah, that
But you're
part.
right. Forget them. I don't know them. No, but for real.
No, I didn't say that. Say that.
That's how it sounded. I'm like,
All right, my sound went off again.
it,
Welcome to I Ain't Trying to Be Funny.
I ain't trying to be funny, but I don't care about them people. Not just kidding.
This shit is getting worse. So anyway, let's get to business. Ooh, I need my nails done. I shouldn't do that. Um, so anyway, listen, we're gonna get this whole what is it? What is the name of the show? Love and Marriage Detroit out the way because these people are nuts. And let me tell you something. They might as well put me on a reality show because these folks have no life. Do you hear me? They have nothing to talk about. It's the same stuff every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days out the year. It's the same shit. I'm so sick of it.
That's why I want to stop watching it because it's not advancing. The story's not moving along at all. They still, and I know it's a reality show and they film it they film it at one time of the year or even the last year, and then by the time it airs, so much more has happened and everything's different. But like they still talking about, like they still bringing up old shit. Like I'm over it.
I'm over it.
So okay,
And for like 10 minutes, I said that whole storyline with Brandon and Christina was made up.
why? Because she took him back.
No, it was something about the whole situation that just, I didn't feel like was real.
So okay, we're at the stage now. Reality TV has been around since I was in college, right? With the Real World in the 90s. Okay,
Yeah, we just went into it like that.
and
I wasn't anyway.
and they started out one way and now it's very formulaic and scripted and
Made up.
manipulated and produced to the
Yeah.
point where it shouldn't even be called reality TV anymore. Okay. Because these people are being paid to be on there. So now they're basically actors. So they might as well call it. All it's doing for me is feeding my soap opera
Yeah.
craving because I used
Yeah.
to watch the stories. So these
I
are just
didn't, but
stories
I
for
know
me.
what you mean.
That's all it
Mm-hmm.
is. It's just satisfying my need to watch the stories because I don't watch the daytime ones anymore. So I watch reality show, and they just stories. They just there's a plot. We want to see who got a a secret twin, or a baby they didn't know about for 30 years, or somebody got
Damn.
amnesia. Those are the
Yeah.
kind of stories they used to
Yeah.
have on the soap opera.
Right.
So they might as well on the reality shows.
Might as well,
Might
because
as
it's
well.
ridiculous. Might as well, because it's just so stupid. And like I said, you go the worst, the one that like kind of tipped me over was the scene between Kimberly and Christina in that restaurant. And I'm like, you guys are embarrassing me and you don't even know me. Like, you're going to a whole restaurant, sitting in the middle of a restaurant, pulling clothes out of a bag and throwing them, and screaming at each other across. It just, it's so freaking embarrassing. And why anybody would want to do with anything with you, support anything you do, is, it just lets me know that people are just clout chasing, I guess. I don't really use terms like that, but yeah, I just, it makes no damn sense. What's your damn problem? Like,
yeah, I get tired of them having arguments in public places.
yeah.
I don't know why that has to happen. Like, why does the show want that to happen? And then,
Yeah.
seriously, the owners of these establishments are crazy to
Yeah.
allow
You
these
keep
folks
letting
to
them come back.
film in their restaurant or bar or wherever. Like, why would you let these people come and film and they finna tear your shit up? Like, oh, they finna make your customers leave. Your customers are embarrassed.
And did you see the camera even pan to the customers, and people were just
People
like,
looking like, yeah, I get secondhand embarrassment too. Let me tell you, that happened this weekend. We were out somewhere, and these guys were talking, and one of them, they were black, and one of them called the other one an N word, and somebody white was sitting right there, and I was embarrassed. Like, why are you calling? Like, don't say that in mixed company. Like, leave that for when it's just us. I don't know. It embarrassed me. The white man just looked like, and he got up and walked. He turned a little red, but he didn't say anything. But you could tell it was embarrassing to him. And then I got embarrassed. I'm like, Lord, I don't know. Some
yeah,
people just like they shouldn't be
I'm
there.
over it. I'm over it. And what are the people getting that's allowing this to happen in their establishment? That little money that you making, and they already paying the title of your restaurant on this show, and you allow this type of foolishness? Like, I wouldn't want to go back there. I wouldn't want to go, like, you know what I'm saying? If I've never been there before, I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah, like my friends who were at Old Lady Gang when they had the shooting, and then she's like, her parents had to get all on the floor, crawling it through the kitchen to get out of there. And so, of course, they're never going back. You know, like,
I didn't know about that, but I wouldn't go there
you didn't hear
anyway.
about it? No. Yeah, it made
But
the
I wouldn't
news.
go there anyway because she ain't no chef. So
She don't have to
I
be a
just don't
chef.
do that.
Celebrities
I
just.
just, it doesn't taste good. But anyway, yeah, I saw, and then the whole Kobe acting innocent, this whole, and I almost agree with Kobe that this girl, what's her name, Chelsea, she trying to get some attention. I'm like, girl, stop. You doing too much. Kobe talking about, you shouldn't call a pregnant woman out of her name. Girl, that ain't had nothing to do with it. I'm so over it. I'm done with it. What the heck are you looking up?
I had to respond to an email real quick. I'm done.
Y'all see how tacky she is.
I'm done. I know that's pretty bad, but I had to get it done. I mean,
welcome to I ain't trying to be funny, but this heifer just responded to an email in the middle of our podcast.
Right? A heifer is busy this semester.
I booked and
I feel
busy.
like I am not able. That's my nickname, my big sister name. It is booked and busy. So anyway,
okay.
I didn't decide on it. That's what they gave me. So I'm special. Don't be a hater.
You special.
Don't be a hater.
I ain't trying to be funny, but
it's not becoming.
you
Don't be a
special.
hater. It's not becoming. We were at homecoming one year, and one of my friends who wants to be an alpha was about to get into a fight with these guys. And another friend of ours who is an alpha went up to him and was just like, you got to calm down. You are not endearing yourself to me. And we were all like, is that a thing?
What?
He was like, you are not endearing yourself to me. I said,
What?
was cracking up like,
Lord, good luck to him. So anyway, I don't have anything else to say about Detroit. That show, I don't know.
well, okay. So I did want to talk about Chelsea. Because you remember I was telling you that I don't think you had you watched it yet when I said something to
I
you? You
hadn't
hadn't
watched.
watched it yet. Okay. So tell me how you feel about Chelsea and all of her. Because, okay, let me just say for me, when she told Kobe, that's enough, she was just like, I apologize. And I ain't talk about this no more with you. And I don't have to. And moving on. Kobe then couldn't say nothing else. And then everybody else at the table was like, okay, can we leave it there? Can we end it now? Like everybody's awkward and got secondhand embarrassed. Everybody's sitting there like, Chelsea comes in hot and strong, but she speaks her mind and she keeps it real with them. She ain't finna sugarcoat it. She ain't finna just back down because they on a TV show or whatever. She's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but she didn't have to call them stooges. That shit was funny. She was like, I'm talking to the stooges.
The two stooges. Why am I talking to the two stooges? And they didn't appreciate that. But they act like she called them,
bitches and hoes.
Or something worse. Yeah, she act like they said, like she said, yeah, and that's why your mama a hoe. Like that's not. I mean, she just called them stupid. And Kobe tries to be like, well, how dare you call a pregnant woman out of her name? Baby, that's not a rule. That's not anybody's rule. There are no rules that pregnant women
that is not in the policies and procedures.
It's not in the code of conduct. It's not in the
code of conduct, and it's not in the chapter management handbook. Listen, we ain't got to...
There's nothing that says that you can't call a pregnant woman out of her name.
That was so funny though. Like you literally sitting up here saying you mad because you having another girl and you can't get over it, but you don't want nobody to call you one of the two stooges. Girl, stop.
And calling you one of the two stooges is not. I think I might have laughed. Like, girl, shut up. Like they act like she really clowned them super bad, and she didn't. It was just ridiculous. It was such a ridiculous argument. Christina is weird though. Like it seems like Chelsea's her only friend. She's at odds with everybody else.
It's her.
Yeah, it's her.
It's her.
Wasn't getting along with her for a while. But
Brandon said, I'm staying out of this shit. I got her a ring. I expect to have sex tonight. If I have to go back to my mama's house tonight, I'm going to know something.
He would much rather be somewhere with somebody who gives a damn, because that mother.
Girl.
That
mama is just queen. Like, look, his mama was like, how long you going to? How long you going to be here?
And she's like, well, Brandon, he's trifling. And so you married him.
Suck it up, buttercup.
You need to take him back so he can get out of my house. Like,
right. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of
here. So yeah.
She don't give
I don't have to see his mother again. I don't like talking about nobody's mama, but I ain't got to see that lady again.
Ever. We're gonna put her over there with Tisha's mama. What's Tisha's mama name? Wanda. We're gonna put her over there with Wanda. You stay in the corner, baby, because we don't want to see you no more.
Yeah. Ban her from the show. Banned.
Okay, so we got to get into it. The season finale, though, the series finale
Series, yes. It was
of
time.
Power Book 2 is
Ghost.
officially over.
Whew, it is.
Wow.
It is. And with it being my favorite of the spinoffs from Power, I didn't care for that ending. I didn't.
It was so many things, not only wrong, but they never cleared up a lot of shit that they just introduced this last season.
Yeah.
And I'm still going, what the fuck does one thing have to do with the other? I.e.,
Like what?
Michael E. Lee Carter, wife.
Oh.
They never cleared that shit up.
Like, yeah, they didn't develop his character enough to even help us to understand
Why he was cuckoo.
what pushed him to the edge where he is now, you know?
Yeah.
So he just
I
he just was on 1,000 from the first episode, and we don't know his motivation other than his wife was, I guess, killed by drug dealers. It's got to be
we
more than
don't
that.
know that
It's
though.
got to
I
be
mean,
more
we
than that.
don't. Yeah, we
I
just
want to say he said it maybe the first episode he was in, but I don't remember. And when he turned out to be a dirty cop, I was like, now this don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. Like if a drug dealer killed my wife, I would not then try to profit off of drug dealers. It doesn't make sense to me. I would be trying to stop them from anything they're doing. I'd be trying to shut them down, lock them up, get them killed, whatever. But I wouldn't be
until that money
covering up
start getting
crimes
good.
for them, covering up crimes for them, and killing people for them. And it just got to be stupid. I was like, y'all reaching on this one. And then just the whole, okay, the episode before last. Let's talk about that one because that's when we lost Monet. Okay, RIP to Monet Tejada. She went out like a G, trying to protect her son and her kids. So she had a good death. She did. In my opinion, she went out like Scarface. So, in the life she was living, she don't get to just quietly go to
Right.
sleep, have a brain aneurysm, and never wake up, have a heart attack, nothing like that. She had to be murdered in a gruesome way, and that was it. And that's how it happened. It was unfortunate. It was in front of her kids, but it showed some good acting on their parts because the actor Woody, what's his last name? Woody McLean. He played.
McLean, yeah.
He
I was
did.
like,
He did some really good acting as Kane because he looked like he was really crying
yeah,
and hurt that his mother was killed. Yeah,
yep.
he was going, no, 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 no. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I like Woody. Did you know he danced back up for Chris
I
Brown?
did.
I
I
didn't.
know
I went
everything
back
about
and
Chris
watched the
Brown.
video. But that don't mean you know his backup dancers, huh? Do you?
I already knew that. I knew that though.
Oh, I mean,
Don't be mad, because I already knew. Yeah, I already knew that. I found out a lot of stuff about Woody when he was Bobby Brown.
mm-hmm.
Bobby.
I didn't. He was good, Bobby Brown, but I didn't look him up or anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, so in that episode, Monet was killed at the wedding, and then everybody got to just leave. And I'm like, that is not how it works at a murder scene. The witnesses and everybody don't get to just walk away. Once the police are there, like if you don't get out of there before the police come, like they all just left and went home. They say they gave their stories to the police, but they were already home in like 10 minutes. I'm going, no, no. And then later on at the airplane hangar, Noma came with the police. And I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen either. You were just at the other murder scene. They're not gonna let you come to this one. No. It's like,
And it was her wedding. So it must be a totally, oh, I know what it was. They were in two different counties. That county
girl,
didn't know about.
stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
They didn't know what happened over in that county, so she called the police in this county. So yeah, never the two shall meet.
You just have to, for real, with that show, you just have to be like, I'm
You
7 years
infer a lot
old.
of stuff.
I'm 7 years old is how you have to go into it, because that's the
Yeah.
level of the writing. Like
Yeah.
a child, like okay, I'm a child, and you're showing me this like I'm a child. Like I don't have any ability to question or make any thoughts of my own, or or understand anything other than what they throwing at me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just goofy sometimes. It's
Yeah.
just really goofy.
Yeah.
Like when Carter got out of that confessional and got the upper hand on Tariq, I was like,
Yeah, he just should have shot him. It was just too much talking.
and then Effie and Braden just sitting there watching it on the computer. I was like, y'all not gonna go help your friend that's out here.
Right.
And then
Ooh, they're going, ooh, 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 ooh.
and then after everything is done, and they go, okay, now let's go out there. Like the writers were lazy. They just were lazy.
Right. Right. And remember, we talked about this on the phone. I said, Braden just sniffed some cocaine. Now, I ain't never been around nobody that sniffed cocaine, crack. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know anything about that life. That's not my life. He just sniffed some white powder shit. And then you gonna get in the car and let him drive you? Ma'am. I was like, we not thinking this through.
Like all of y'all are showing a lack of good judgment. Like, you know,
Everybody.
y'all all have poor judgment. Everybody on the show.
Everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so um how did things wrap up with the finale?
Let me tell you something. I have one request.
What?
One request. Please, I beg of you, do not come up with a new show starring Diana's character. I could care less about Diana's character. Yeah. I don't give a shit at all.
It was also very, 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 very unbelievable that she would now be the queen pin. I'm not feeling it.
What? It's like, what?
She's been scared of her shadow all her life, and now all of a sudden she thinks she the new Monet. No, baby, you're not about that life. Cut it out.
She ain't even smart.
No.
Like,
and she's got a whiny voice. So who would listen to her? She doesn't have a crew, because I don't know what happened to their crew, but by the end of the series, it was just the four Tejadas, you know, until Monet was killed. And it's like, y'all don't even, how are y'all even selling drugs? Who's selling them? Where's the crew? Where are the people? I don't know. This is goofy. And so,
just
no.
Goofy.
Drew went off to Paris to be an artist. So they actually didn't even have to tell me that. They could have put a bullet in his head and put him behind a trash can. I'm okay. We didn't care about Drew. The only thing I wanted was for Kane. Well, two things I wanted. I wanted Kane and Effie to be together, just because they were just cute. And when he kissed her on the forehead, I was like, oh, that's a whole different kind of sweetness and tenderness. And so he needs that in his life, and she needs that in her life. So they are good together. They're both damaged, but they're good together. My second thing is I wanted Tate to go Menace to Society old dog on Carter. I don't think it was right.
They just didn't even show him anymore.
They never even let us know if he ever found out who did it, you know, because Tariq even said, Councilman Tate is going to flip out when he hears this or something like that. But then they didn't tell him. So I don't know if it got cut from the series or, you know, cut from that episode or what, but it just didn't, it left us unsatisfied. I wanted Councilman Tate to get some revenge for his on-screen and real life brother, Lamar Tate. What was his name on the show? I don't know. Detective Tate. But what?
Right. Listen, this is how I'm feeling right now. So Effie gave Kane her money.
Her tuition money to go to Stanford. Yeah.
Have you lost your mind?
Yeah.
And so the reason why I'm bringing this up, is because I understand Monet was in charge of the money, right? She paid the bills in the house. She obviously paid for the condo too, because even though Dante / Mecca left them the condo, it still has expenses. So somebody was paying these bills, right? So I guess we should just assume it's Monet. But you mean to tell me that out of all this drug dealing y'all been doing, ain't nobody got no money saved up? Ain't no stash like Tariq had all over the school?
Yeah, they needed a. It didn't make sense that he didn't have some money somewhere.
Some money, and the fact. So that's why I said, you mean to tell me you got to get you taking this girl's money, and you've been driving around in a Range Rover? What, your mama give you a gas card and a allowance? Like, you ain't have nothing.
He might not have had cash, so he did need to have.
He had cash.
He needed to have cash. So if he had been using, say, debit or credit cards and stuff like that, gas card, you can't use none of that when you're on the run. Like Diana and them at the motel trying to order room service. You can't do that. You got to have cash. So he should have.
But there's no stash.
There's drugs are a cash business, so he should have had some cash. Every other show
even
about
in the
drugs,
wall in the house,
something.
even in the wall in the living room, in the wall, y'all didn't have no money.
But he couldn't go back to the house. It needed to be somewhere else.
I'm just saying, money somewhere, freaking where.
Money
the bar, she had a bar.
That's the thing. You got to have it somewhere else in case you can't go back to your house. You know, because they looking for you. You're on the run. You can't go back to your common places. So you got to have it somewhere that don't nobody know about. And and he didn't, and that just shows you that they were still, they were just dumb.
Either they were dumb or the writers didn't think about that, because I was getting ready to say something I probably shouldn't, but not thought about it. But in movies I've seen, people at least have some money in the wall. It's something.
They did, and
behind the toilet. I mean, something. It just irritated my soul that girl gave him her money, huh?
No, I was trying to think of what show that was where they had money like literally in the wall. Justified. Did you watch that? No. It was really good. It was good.
But it irritated me. It irritated me that she's unhappy as hell at Stansfield. What's the name of this school?
Yeah, it is Stansfield.
I don't know. Anyway, wherever they were, she was just so happy, and she was finally getting an out. And it did. Yeah. And then he goes, I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. No, you're not. You're gonna die. As a matter of fact, you're gonna die in 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, stop it. I mean, it was just so dumb. Yeah. Okay.
I gave it a 2 out of 10. Now I was debating with some people on social media who gave it a. I give the series about a 3 or 4, but this episode a 2.
Dang.
When it was over, I was just like, I mean, I seriously was sitting there watching the credits, like, and even a little after scene, I was like, so, so to.
And what's that supposed? So the fuck what? Well, it's not going into another season. So why the fuck did they feel like they needed to add that?
I thought it was to foreshadow he might be going to Chicago, because he was like, yeah, we family. We always family, or we still family. Something he said. So I assumed it was Tommy and that he'll be on Force. But he doesn't have to. We don't need Tariq on Force. Force bores me anyway, so I don't need Force either.
I like Force.
It's okay.
I like Diamond.
Yeah, but the story is always kind of slow on that show. I like the characters.
Tommy.
I like Tommy and Diamond. That's it. Like, I don't like anybody else on that show. And Tommy's kind of one note. I like him, but he's just the same Tommy every episode, every scene. And Diamond is conflicted, but he's nice to look at, but his character ain't really, I don't know.
This woman
This is
hips.
okay. It's just okay. So,
Yeah. So yeah. So I was a bit irritated. I was a bit irritated with this episode. And usually the finales are blood anyway. I mean, let's just keep it real. They're usually like, bang, that's it. Like
yeah, a series finale. It's like they don't know how to end it. And so they just
they
throw a bunch
don't
of stuff. And this one in particular, they, like you said, introduced too many new things and then didn't give us enough resolution for it. So,
just dangling
it just
balls all in
it
front of
felt
us. And it,
rushed. It felt really
yeah,
rushed.
it was
And
very
it's just,
rushed
oh,
and unnecessary. A lot of shit was unnecessary. It
mhm.
was almost like, did Michael Ealy need a quick check right quick? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
because
saying?
he
What?
didn't really add
Why?
anything to the show.
So then they go all the way back to Blanca and Jenny.
Jenny. Mm-hmm.
They go all the way back to Blanca and Jenny, and then Blanca still got Tariq's name in her mouth. And I'm just like,
Yeah. And so that's why I was saying,
what the hell?
I just was like, at the end, it didn't really irritate me or annoy me. It was just blah. It was just
It
blah.
was a
And I'm glad it's
1
over.
out of
I'm just
10.
glad it's over.
You gave it a 2. I give it a 1 out of
And
10.
uh some people were like, they didn't even try. Like, that was just the whole, like, they didn't even try. They just didn't even really, they didn't do it justice. So it was a letdown. Oh, don't knock that over. Yeah, it was a letdown. So, all right, so it's over. Are you gonna watch Raising Canaan? It's coming back in November.
You know, I ain't like that. That was the worst one to me. And I really don't know where it could go from here.
It,
I don't even know how it ended before. I don't remember
I
a
don't
single
know.
thing about it.
And well, we know Unique wasn't dead. He came back at the end. That's all I remember. And what his name, Unique?
Yeah, but I thought that was earlier in the last season. Girl, I don't know. Shit.
No, in
Just
the last season, they killed him. We thought he was dead, and then I think the very last episode he showed back up. But my thing is, okay,
that was
so
never
in the
mind.
big picture of the Power universe, every single show is the same story, right? You got a kid, a guy who starts doing drugs early with a mama who's in the game and she ain't shit, and the daddy ain't shit,
And she ain't shit.
and
The
he ain't
daddy ain't shit.
around. He ain't around no more. He was there, he ain't there, or you don't know who he is, or he some strange, whatever. But it's usually about the son and the mother. And that's what all of them have been about. Well, not Power. I mean, not Force as much, but the other
Right.
three have been. And it's just like, okay, that story is just tired. It's just, okay, 50. Whatever your issue was with your mama and being
Mama.
in the game and everything, have you not told the story yet? Have you not gotten the resolution that you need in your life?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you not healed from this brother? Because I'm gonna need you to
Mm-hmm.
tell a new story. They're interesting. He gets decent actors. It's fun to watch, but at the base of it, it's just like the same story. And then the black friend and the white friend. Okay. All right. The difference here, yeah, Braden ended up on his own. I
A
thought Tariq did
crackhead.
him. I think Tariq did him kind of dirty at the end.
Yeah, but a crackhead is a problem.
They should have never made him a crackhead. That was a stupid
They
storyline anyway.
exactly.
Like if they make Tommy start using drugs, I'm gonna be mad. Like if
Yeah.
they get him to the point where he
Yeah.
can't function, he out here on
Yeah.
heroin or something, I'm gonna be mad. So
Yeah. And you mentioned mothers, and they brought Tasha back for what now?
and so I asked you maybe a few weeks ago, I don't know when ago, but I do not remember why she was a witness protection. Why was she in witness protection? I thought it was to keep her safe because Tommy was after her. But she and Tommy made up.
No, she testified and she blamed Tommy. Remember?
Yeah, but they made up. So why is she still in witness protection?
That don't have nothing to do with the government. They made up, but that don't have anything to do with the government.
But were they even still after Tommy? It don't seem like the case, like it just don't seem like anything was happening. Like, what is she even worried about?
She wasn't worried.
No, witness protection, they only put a witness in protection when they're worried about some retaliation from the person that they're going after. They were going after Tommy, but she ain't got to worry about Tommy because he's not mad at her no more. So why she still in witness protection is my question.
Because I said that doesn't have anything to do with the government. The government put her in witness protection.
But they don't need to keep her in there. She could walk the hell out is my thing. Why she need to even still be
I don't know how that works.
Witness protection. She could be like, she could call him up and be like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. Like Lauren did. Lauren's like, yeah, I ain't trying to do this no more. So
right. Listen. I gave it a 1. You the one gave it a 2. I'm about to give it a 0.5.
Well, I'm still.
The more we talk about it, I'm about to give it a fucking 0.5. That's how bad it was. I just watched it again before we got on this call, and I was like, surely I missed something, right? Like, surely.
Surely.
Surely it was some shit I missed.
Yeah, missed something.
Didn't.
Didn't.
Not. And didn't. And I was just like, this was some bullshit. Like,
what about Anya? You didn't even get no satisfaction from them killing Anya? No, because why was she there in the first place? She should have never been in the story. Right? Because why was she even there? They brought her on there just to kill her, just so that.
The only thing they brought her on there to say, Mom, you lied. You had an opportunity to tell me the truth all of these years, and you lied. That's all she said.
She was pointless. Just like the singing chick with the sickle cell. What did we need her for?
Okay, not for fucking 0.5. God damn it. You done talk me down. The motherfucking 0.5 now.
Oh, shit.
That was already failing. Now all they did was put their name on the paper.
Would you watch a spinoff about Davis? Like if he had a law firm?
What would it be about?
He's
a lion-ass lawyer?
Yeah. And all the people he's sleeping with and covering stuff up. And...
No. Well,
I don't want to watch a spinoff with Effie and Kane. I love Kane, but he ain't interested enough to carry a whole show. We
don't need no spinoffs from this.
No, we don't need it. They can let it die. They can let it go. And truth be told, I think it was a few weeks ago, I got tired of Tariq. Like, we hated him in the original Power, and then we started to love him in this spinoff.
Man, everybody was carrying a belt with them everywhere to whoop his ass just in case they saw Tariq.
Right. But then this series, we started to love him. But for real, by the end of this season, I got tired of him in that mush mouth. Sure. He chews up his words. What you want to do, Detective Carter? Sure. I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to listen to him talk anymore. And then they weren't giving his character much to do. Like every now and then they'd be like, oh yeah, they in college. Let's put him in class. No, stop it.
I said that. I was like, you're the busiest non-going to class college student I've ever seen.
He would be failing.
Obviously, you wasn't no biology, man. You wouldn't been able to do none of that.
No, all they do in his class is sit around and talk. We don't ever see him turn in no papers. We don't see him do nothing. They just sit around and chat. Yeah, no, that ain't the class I teach.
Listen, You be in a lab from 2 to 5. Ain't no way you can sell no damn drugs. You ain't be on your phone. You in there doing experiments. That phone, man.
Nope. Foolishness.
It's a point two at this point.
We're gonna be negative in a minute. We're like, fuck it, -7. Like, I can't with y'all. I'll take the square root. Okay, so Power Book 2 Ghost is done. It is dead. And it was just not even that cute when Noma's brother was like, he said something about you need to be a ghost. Did you do that laughing emoji? Or did
Yeah.
you just okay. Because you know how your computer does what it wants sometimes. Okay. I was like,
yeah.
You know,
I do that though sometimes. I don't know what's
this
going on.
AI is a trip.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. So that was Power. Done and done.
I'm over it. He's Ghost.
All right. So actually, Love in Detroit, didn't they say that was the finale? I think it's done. I want to say when it was over, they were like the final. I swear to God, they said it was. I was like, that was quick.
If it is, I'm not gonna cry about it. I can tell you that. So we have another topic to discuss. Would you like to introduce the topic for our listening audience?
Okay, so I came across this situation on social media, and the scenario is this man is 54 years old, and he's been married to his wife for 22 years. Has 2 daughters from her previous marriage. So he's got 2 stepdaughters who were 5 and 7 when they met. But he's been with the woman 22 years, so now the girls are grown. Their father, who's a doctor, had abandoned them, never hardly been in their life since he and the wife divorced, right? So the father remarried, took care of his family over there, didn't care nothing about these 2 girls. He's the man in question, his name is Stan in the post. So Stan is a blue collar worker, and he just worked extra hard to make sure that his wife could always be a stay-at-home mom. And so all his money went to basically taking care of the family, his wife and these girls. All right. So he asked her one time to ask her ex for child support, and she was like, we don't need you. We don't need him. We have you. So that's why this man had to work so hard, because she didn't want to ask her ex-husband for shit. She like, no, we don't want no money. Want no money from him. We got you. And
why did she take him to court anyway? Anyway, go ahead.
Then Stan, the man in question, also asked to adopt the girls, and the wife is like, no, because the ex-husband, their father, wouldn't agree to it. So basically, he just laid down and took whatever this wife handed out to him. Whatever she said apparently went. She sounded like she's spoiled. Anyway, he put both girls through college, bought them both cars, was always present at their events. And so he's currently paying for the oldest daughter's wedding and helping the youngest take care of her 5-year-old. Now, fast forward to, current days, the ex-husband doctor he's divorced his wife, and now he's trying to make up with the daughters and trying to repair their relationship. He wants to give the daughter away at her wedding. The oldest one is getting married. He wants to be the one to walk her down the aisle, give her away, and do the father-daughter dance. The stepdad, Stan, was devastated. Like, I thought I was the dad, right? The mom, Renee, is like, well, you got to stay out of this. This is their father. I don't want you to mess things up. Leave it alone, kind of thing. Again, she's siding with the ex-husband. So at this point, I would be questioning, is she over this Negro? Because, well, we don't know if they black or white. I shouldn't say that. Well, is she over this fool? Right? So anyway, he's saying, I feel so broken. I have decided that I will not attend the wedding nor pay the remaining $10,000 balance after I already paid $12,000 on the wedding. My wife has called me petty and threatened to divorce me if I mess up the wedding. However, I'm standing firm on my decision. So the question is he wrong? So what do you think?
First of all,
Here it go.
first of all, why didn't she go and get child support from the doctor if he really is a doctor? That's you gonna take care of these girls. And maybe she was getting a check and she just didn't share it with him. Who knows? We don't know. Second of all, why couldn't she work? Oh, you trying to be the man. I'm gonna take care of this woman and her 2 kids. That's what you get. And is he wrong? The question is he wrong?
Is
No,
he
he ain't
wrong
wrong.
for not?
Bye.
Okay, so apparently he had
But he
already.
deserved everything he get. Go on, pay for it. You was doing everything else. Go on,
He
pay for it.
doesn't deserve everything he gets. He's a good person and was
He's a
doing
good person,
right
but
by these
she
girls. He
wasn't.
deserves better treatment than
He
this.
deserves better treatment, but she ain't been treating him right since day one. She wouldn't go
That's
and help him
that's
out financially when she had the means to. She didn't help then. She didn't go and get a job. So and
yeah.
she allowed him to take care of her and her kids, and then she stood in his way when he wanted to make it official. You gonna tell
So
me no after?
so
That's
if you but
red. How many red flags does it take?
that's where I was getting ready to go with it. He had plenty of red flags. Can I
Thousands.
adopt the girl? No. Can you get child support from your ex? No.
Get
Can
a
I walk
job.
your daughter down the aisle? No, her dad is going to do it, but you can pay for it. This woman is using the shit out of him and he's
And did.
accepting it. He's not, I don't want him, I don't think he deserves to be treated badly. She deserves her ass kicked, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
somebody I know did say that he committed to pay for the wedding. And so if he said he was going to pay for it, he still should.
I
Just because his feelings hurt,
so
he don't get to just
yeah.
take his money and walk away.
So that's a different question. The
The
different
question was,
so
is he wrong for not? He said
wanting to pay.
he's not going to pay for the. He already paid 12. He's not going to pay the remaining 10. And is he wrong?
Well, first of all, you can't tell nobody how to spend their money. Is he wrong? No, he not wrong, but I can see him. You promised, but it is messed up because he been there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the daughters, not daughters plural, but the daughter who's getting married. I'm curious as to why she wants this father who ain't did shit for her whole life. Why does she want him for
well,
the
that's
wedding?
that. That's daddy issues. I mean, she hoping for a miracle. I guess I don't know. He
Well,
coming to
if
rescue
daddy
her.
want to be
Everybody want to be
around, then and
rescued.
he's a doctor, this guy's a blue collar worker. Dad is a doctor. He can pay the rest of that. Why should I pay for this slap in the face?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You've been doing it all this time. You've been a sucker all this time. Now you gonna pull the plug.
People don't have a right to stop being a sucker.
Yeah,
Okay then.
he want to stop being a sucker.
Okay then. Just because you've
So
been a sucker all this time don't mean you got
go
to
on
keep
and
on doing it.
go on and throw your temper tantrum and pay the rest of that money because she gonna get it out of you anyway because
Yeah.
you held on to this red flag all this time. So go on pay the 10,000. Gone. Sucker.
So should he go to the wedding?
Yeah, he should go to the wedding.
You think so?
Mhm.
Do you think they should get divorced? He says she wants a divorce now that we know
No,
that.
I think they should stay together because no one needs either one of them.
He
Don't give
said
them to anybody else. Y'all
she
stay
threatened to
together.
divorce him if he messes up the wedding.
How would he
So
mess up the
messing up
wedding
the
by not
wedding would
showing
be
up?
not paying. Not paying. That's all it could be. He said he wasn't gonna go, so that's not gonna mess up the wedding.
Right.
Only if he don't pay, if he don't give some more money. It sounds like she just wants his money.
That's what it sounds like to me. Red flag number
Where's his family?
3,467.
Where is his people? He probably his family and friends probably been telling him for years that she ain't shit. And he ain't want to hear it. He ain't want to hear it. Didn't want to believe it.
But it's interesting that it boils down to that. Like, you've been giving. I know that feeling. You get, and people just take it for granted. Or she was selfish the whole time anyway. And I wonder how they even came up with the fact that she wouldn't work. You brought basically 3 miles into this man's life. And you expect him to take care of all three, or he committed to taking care of all three. Maybe it was his suggestion. I don't know, but that's a big responsibility. Maybe you should have adopted them first and then did all that other stuff later. But
no, I know somebody who wanted both her stepfather and her father to walk her down the aisle, but they couldn't agree on that. I don't think that happened. And yeah, I'm sure it gets tricky when there's a stepfather and if the father is still around and in the child's life, but the stepfather has been there in the house and taking care of things. There should be some kind of meeting of the minds, some kind of agreement. But this just sounds
obviously
like
she's not
this
rational.
just sounds like this clown just came out. He done came out the woodworks because the family he invested his time and money in is gone. So now we're an afterthought. Now the fact that the wife and the daughters are jumping at this is why men get away with it in the first place. If he gets forgiven that easily, and then he gets to walk her down the aisle like he did something,
like he was been there the whole time.
Yeah, I'm on the page. I need this man to leave. I want him to leave. I want him to leave.
He's not gonna leave.
Her daughters. He's not. But he.
As a matter of fact, they renewed their vows the next year.
So, yeah, I don't know anybody who said he was wrong other than the one person who said, well, he did commit, but they understand, if he don't pay. He committed, but it is reasonable for him to not pay. I wonder what would happen if they went to Judge Judy or, one of the
Judge Judy would be like, sucker, you've been a sucker all this time, so keep being a sucker and pay it. You promised to pay it. Judge Judy said, you promised, she's going to say, you promised to pay it, so just pay it. You the one signed up for that. It's an oral contract.
She probably
You signed up for that. And he did. He signed up. He took on all that shit. And she was able to not work and do what the hell she wanted to do. And he gave her, I bet you $1 million. She was getting child support from that doctor the whole time.
I'm not taking
How much you want to bet?
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
See if you can find what?
The post to see if
yeah. I'm curious as to what our listeners think about that. But yeah, he need to just go and pay the 10,000, sucker, and keep being a sucker.
Somebody said there's no need for you manning up now. Continue being the simp you always been. No,
yeah,
that's basically what you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For staying with her that long.
We want you to grow some balls, but it's too late now. You entered into an oral contract with this stepdaughter who obviously, like her mother, was just using you. And why she couldn't come up with the last 10 G's, I don't know. Or the guy come up with the last 10 G's, I don't know. But yeah.
Right. So, all right. Well, that'll do it for us.
Yeah. Deuces, simp. What you say? Simp?
They said, don't stop being a simp now. You've been one. Quit being, you can't stop being a sucker now.
This ain't sucker free Sunday.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you deserve everything you get. Because how many red flags do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm cool on that. Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
What are people gonna say? Can't wait to see what they say. Please like and describe.
Describe.
Yeah. Like and subscribe to I Ain't Trying to Be Funny. Buzzy.
But
With Keita
yeah,
and Kim. Well, what we gonna talk about next?
I don't know because my friend working on the set of P Valley, but it ain't coming back for a
Yes.
while. Yeah, I'm excited.
P-Valley.
I'm excited.
We'll have to
Kinda. I
see.
mean, we thought it was coming back this year, and it's already October. So I don't know
I know, right?
what is really taking
When
so
is House
long.
of the Dragon coming back on? 2030? We ain't got no new shows. On the flip side,
26, I think.
on the
Sorry.
flip side, I am going to enjoy watching Matlock again.
Oh, well, I
So
haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen
you
it yet.
got to
I
watch
gotta
it.
get into it. Maybe I'll do it. Well, I got meetings coming up, but I'm gonna check it out.
It's
If
gonna
I
be
have time
good.
this weekend.
I'm a Kathy Bates fan. I think it's gonna
Yeah,
be
she's
good.
good. She, I
And
think I liked her in everything I've seen her in.
and then I gotta catch up on Reasonable Doubt because I think I'm a couple of shows behind, and that's only because I forgot about it. I forgot about it.
Well, um, I mean, we watch too much TV anyway. And it's crazy that I can even watch this much TV as much as I'm in these streets, right? Because
Yeah, because you booked and busy.
I am booked and busy. But
Not.
seriously though, I'm out a lot. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
when do I have time to watch these things? But yeah, I keep the TV on while I'm working or
You
doing
make
whatever,
time to do what you want to do.
washing dishes, cooking. That's how I get my shows in. Like,
Yeah.
um, so was that you didn't like Ugliest House, or you do like Ugliest House in America?
I do, but I saw the commercial again for Scariest House, and I don't understand the difference.
The houses are scary. They got scary aspects to them, but I don't think they picked the right one on that first episode. So I'm not sure if I'm
I
still.
didn't watch it.
I watched it. It was like the one house used to be a prison, and it makes noise like clanging. You can see where like there are cells in the back. It's like creepy and scary. Yeah. And some houses
I'm
have
not
death
interested.
traps. Yeah.
I'm not interested.
It was okay. I like the cooking shows better. I know you're an HGTV person, but I like the cooking shows.
I love everything about HGTV. I'm telling you, I watch it all day long. When I got back from Atlanta, I had 25 house hunters.
Oh Lord. I gotta watch. I think is there a new floor, or no, that's later in the week.
The floor. I thought it was Tuesdays. Isn't today Tuesday? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, hopefully it's different because I called you and I was like, that was the whitest show on the planet. I ain't never. I was like, what are these animals they find? I had to look them up. I was
I
like, I
looked
did
up on the
not
floor,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like
I was like,
Breakfast Club better.
yeah, it's
I
better.
even like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune better. It's something about the floor. It's just way too
But this
it's
season,
too
I think
sophisticated.
is yeah, this season that pop up tent took me out, and the beer pong and the table cart
Flip cup.
cup
And
up.
then last season I didn't like that nobody knew any of the black answers. Like whenever they see a black face on the screen, their mind just goes blank. And it just irritates me. Like, y'all just like so racist. Like y'all don't even try to know anything about us. The only time they want to know about our culture is when they want to steal it. Like seriously.
All right.
So
Right. Yeah.
anyway,
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, check Matlock out. And I think you'll like it. If you were a Matlock fan or even a Murder She Wrote fan, you
I
gonna
was
like it.
not. Didn't I tell you my Matlock trauma?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
called my mama and she was like, "No, I didn't." Yeah, I did. She did the Rick.
Now both of y'all gonna be in counseling.
She did the Rick James. I didn't do that. Yes, I did. I was like, ma'am, yes, you did. I was like, I call my sister right now and say the word Matlock, and she'll start shivering. Traumatized.
I'm gonna have to call her
Straight
and
up
see what she did.
traumatized.
I bet you I get a different story.
You won't. You're not gonna get a different story. Mm-mm. No.
I'm gonna call and see what she did to y'all around Matlock. All right, then, player. Till next time. Holla.
All right then. Deuces. Where's the